Yo, people, what's going on? Back for another episode of Footy Talk, and bruv, it looks like Liverpool are gonna make the top four, and it looks like Harry Kane's off. Hey, it's been fucking interesting.
Hey, Rants, I just want to ask a question, my G. Hey, first off, how are you, lad?
I'm sweet, man. I'm sweet.
Nah. But like, how are you, though, lads? Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, we're boys and that. Like my G and all of that business, and you know the score. But like, come on, friends are friends. How are you, lads?
I'm great, mate. I'm
Like,
great. I can't complain.
There's nothing that's happened in, like, I don't know, the last 7 days that could have maybe in some way, shape, or form. Like, he's sure. Because it's okay not to be okay. Like, I know that
I'm great, mate.
No, because we all know, don't we, chat? We all know Rants, he's strong and he's, you know what I mean, lad? He's a proper man, bad motherfucker, lad. I see you, fella. So it's okay, lad, to, just for a moment, to not be okay. And I'm just letting you know, my G, yeah. Yeah, I'll look into the camera. I'm just letting you know, right? You can talk to me, my friend. Do you hear me, lads? Do you hear me?
Listen, I don't mind, bro. Listen, I'm fine. You know that I'm okay, bro. I'm okay.
We'll agree to disagree, but lad, nice one for having us back on the channel, lads. It's right.
I'm sweet, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Listen, I had fun trolling you while I could in it. Like, I had fun. You lot ain't there yet, but you know what I mean. I have to say, yeah, you deserve it based on. Fuck, I just like your manager. I think he's cool in it. I think he deserves to be there. Wears his heart on his sleeve and that. Do you know what I mean? And with all the injuries you lot have had, if you still finish in the top four, it's a massive achievement, bro. Like, it's as big an achievement as probably winning a fucking trophy for that manager. Because honestly, yeah, you had no right to be in there, innit? So, like, if you finish in the top four and you get Champions League football, fucking hell, bruv. You know what I mean?
It's
the manager's
insane,
work. It's a miracle, innit? That it's nothing short of a miracle, bro. So it's one of them ones where if you lot do it, which I expect you to, because the momentum's with you, I think that goal from the goalkeeper pretty much cemented it.
That was mad, Rants. Like, when
For me, that tells me that you've got it now, innit? It's just like when Vincent Kompany scored that goal, yeah? Vincent Kompany don't score goals. Do you know what I mean? So when he lashed that one in the top corner, I think against Chelsea,
meant to be.
Yeah, something's just meant to happen. Goalkeepers don't fucking just walk into the box and fucking glance ahead of prime Shearer-esque.
It's usually like a wins assist, isn't it? They hit it long, and then it's one of them ones.
It's crazy. So I think you lot deserve it, man. I think you lot deserve it.
I mean, I don't. That's what's mad. I don't think we deserve it. I think we've thrown away the opportunity that many times. We don't deserve top four. If we get it, though, I also agree it will be a massive achievement with the circumstances. Like, you know, I know people, and I've said it many times, injuries isn't the sole reason, but for people to just ignore players like all of our centre-backs being, we've got 5 centre-backs out at the moment, and people won't talk about it because, you know, we're making excuses type of thing, and it's just one of them where, you know, Jota's even out for the remaining games, and these are big games for us. You know, we can make right now first team players a starting 11 of injuries, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm actually not exaggerating. Like, it's one of that, like, it's madness, bro, and I'm just happy to see that there's a chance, and I'm made up that, you know, this point of the season isn't worth nothing. But if you told me 2 weeks ago that we were going to get top four or we were even going to get close, I'm sorry, bro, but I just would have been saying that you're smoking something crazy, because at the end of the day, it was just there was too many things that had to go right. Other teams had to drop points. We had to win all of our games. We couldn't afford it. We had to beat you. And that was one of, like, that was a massive game. Like, to me, that was the one that really determined whether or not, like, I even said I'll take a draw out of that game, because it still keeps the top four hopes alive. And I know what we are this season. Usually I don't want to draw against Man United, and of course I'd always prefer to win, but I know where we are. I know the circumstances that we're presented with at the moment, and that's a difficult game regardless. Like, you got to rest the team against Leicester, so I don't really think fatigue had any part to play with it whatsoever. You rested all your best players bar Greenwood, really. So that was a big statement. Then that last minute goal, you need moments to look like that. You know, people talking about VAR, with all due respect to West Brom fans, I have absolutely zero sympathy for all of them, bro. Do you want me to tell you why? Because they're relegated, they had nothing to fight for, and I'm not being funny. Not to say this is another excuse, but we've been absolutely shagged by VAR multiple times this season. Do you know what I mean? Like, as all teams do, but at the end of the day, that's just what VAR is. You get some right, you get some wrong, it goes against you, it goes for you.
Yeah.
I don't give two shiny shites. We got the 3 points, we're still in the top 4 race. And life is good, yeah. For now, like listen, I'm not saying this is going to stay this energy, but for right now, life is alright. Life is alright.
Nah, it's okay, bro. Honestly, like, you man deserve it, innit? At the end of the day, like, you're plugging away. I knew we were gonna lose to you lot anyway, bruv. As soon as I saw the manager rest them players for the game, and I saw the United fans talking like the Liverpool game was a foregone conclusion, like it was a 1 game. I was like, it's not 1. These fuckers were celebrating Liverpool not getting top 4 before we even played you. And I said, you lot need to fucking calm down. And then we went and lost lost well. Do you know what I mean? So, like, it is what it is, innit? Them man deserved it. So I can't complain. If you lot go and fucking bottle it right at the end, it'll be just like you, though, innit? So we just have to see, innit? You're playing 2 teams that ain't really got nothing to play for. Should be a foregone conclusion, but football's a weird game.
Even with the last game of the season, so like Burnley being in good form, but like you should still beat them. But then even Crystal Palace, like everything's saying we're going to beat them. We've got fans in the stadium. I believe we're at home. Yeah, we're at home, so there's going to be fans in the stadium. That's going to be an advantage, because I actually think one of our better performances all season in terms of all-round performance was the Wolves game when we got 2,000 fans back into the stadium. We beat them 4-0. Such a clean victory, and I just think like the fans will give a boost. But we're in just a different season. you know what I mean, lad? Like, it's one of them things where we don't know what's going to happen between now and the end. I'm still not 100% certain we're going to get top 4. We did just nearly draw to West Brom. We were literally, like, the last header of the game away from drawing to West Brom. I didn't forget that. I also didn't forget we never played great. May I remind you, against West Brom, who have got fuck all to play for. They're gone. Sam Allardyce, nada. You know what I mean, lads? He's done for. So when it comes to that game, it does worry me when we're playing Burnley, who also, by the way, have nothing to play for. They're up. They're guaranteed relegation. What's Palace got to play for? Top half of the table, if that.
Yeah.
So it's like, lads, I want to see in these last 2 games a team that simply just wants it more. This will show like what the big players are made of, the Fabinhos, the Salahs, the Mane who's been shit all season. It's a shit season like this. If Mane can step up in these last 2 games, not rectify it completely, but at least you can end it on a positive. Build a little bit of momentum for next season. If you're a big player, you turn up for big games. And even though it's Burnley, and even though it's Palace, these are huge, huge games. Rants, if we win, but if we win the Champions League next year, how significant are these 2 games then?
Yeah, massive.
They're everything.
They're 100%, bro. They're absolutely everything. So, bruv, like, Crystal Palace have announced Hodson's leaving. That's probably like the worst flipping kept secret ever. So them players might be on an emotional thing and be playing for him. Yeah, at the end of the season. They announced it. Yeah, they announced it in like the last hour or so. So I think that that might be an emotional one for them. That could go either way. They could play their hearts out for him, or it could just be going through the motions kind of thing. We're not really sure. So yeah, bro, it'd be interesting, mate. But I think you got to go there and beat them anyway. You just got to beat them, innit? Like, as far as I'm concerned, Liverpool players, both of these games are cup finals.
Yeah, no, facts. That's the way we've got to treat them. If you treat them any other way, then I question your mentality. And that's the reason why I like this Liverpool squad, lads, because they've shown, even though they've lost a lot this season, they've still shown that they can somewhat overcome adversity the majority of the time. So it's one of them things where I'd like to see if we can do it in these last 2 games. They're going to be hard. I don't think they're going to be whitewashers. I don't think we're going to beat these teams like 3-0. If we do win, it is probably going to be like a little scrappy 2-1 victory. Maybe a 2-0, 3-1 at best. But at the end of the day, the 3 points is all I care about. I know we're not going to play great towards the end of this season. Our team is mashed. It's like asking Usain Bolt to run the same time 100-meter race with an amputated leg and his normal leg in the same time. Do you get what I mean, lads? We haven't got our best players, so we can't just expect it to be perfect. So I'm intrigued to see how it goes, because bear in mind, I was like 40% sure we were going to get top 4 this time last week. Now I'm kind of 70, you know what I mean? But then this time 30 where I know we can fuck up in a game, bro. So we do just have to see what happens, man. We really do. It's going to be interesting.
It is, but bruv, this is what we're here for, innit? This the theatre of football, man. So we'll see how Liverpool get on. I think that goal from Alisson, if you lot don't qualify after that, something's wrong in it. For me, there's a glitch in the matrix there, bruv. I think that has to be.
That's not how the story's not meant to. Like that's the story now is top 4. Know what I mean?
It is. If it doesn't work out, then something's gone wrong. I don't know what it is, innit? So
it's like the shittest ending to a movie ever. You know what I mean? It's like in high school, the boy wants to get the girl. Oh, but now you're in your final year. Prom's about to happen. You know what I mean? Like you've got to shoot your shot. You miss 100% of the shots that you certainly don't take. So you take your shot, and then she says, "Nah." You've just watched an hour and 40 minutes. You've just watched an hour and 40 minutes, of this kid trying to build up this courage, seeing the birds walk home. Not in a weird way, but just in one of them ways, lads, you know what I mean? And then next thing he builds up the courage, and she goes, "Nah." And then the footballer, who's chesty, just gets it and takes it to prom. It's heavy, man. That's what we don't want.
That's exactly what it is. I think that Liverpool have to do it for the storyline, innit? They have to do it for the storyline, or else that goal is going to be the most memorable and the most forgotten goal. Because it's not going to mean nothing. You know what I mean? If that is the goal that clinches top 4 for Liverpool, after the season, that's one hell of a story, isn't it? That goal will go down in history, But if it doesn't, then it'll be forgotten, unfortunately. Do you know what I mean? So
I agree. The only reason why I'll always remember it for what it was, because obviously with what happened with his dad a few months ago, I like that shit. That's what I wake up like when I watch football, lads. It's them type of stories, like Lingard and his comeback story. He's overcome so much to get where he is now. It's the same with Alisson. Not only did his father pass away and he couldn't go home, he came right back to work. He never missed games. He was back within a week. So it's just like it makes you think that in itself is a champion. So even though he went on to
he's a warrior,
do you know what I'm saying, bro? That takes different courage. This is a Champions League winner, Premier League winner, and then for him to go all the way up, charge up for the corner. And the header, by the way, I feel absolutely stunning. A sexy header. I mean, I've heard that he trains headers in training, which doesn't surprise me after that one.
Because it was a great header.
It was beautiful, and it was just great to see him celebrating. It was good for the team, and obviously the meaning it has behind it as well. It keeps our season alive, man. Another player that I'd like to just mention before, we move on to our next topic, Trent, man.
That was one hell of a ball in, mate.
And the ball, but also his performances over the last 3, 4, 5 games. Listen, you can talk about bad seasons, as I've just touched on with Mane. If he was to have a good if he got hat-tricks in these 2 last games, very unlikely, but if he did, then people would be like, he's right, Mane. That was massive. But it's like Trent right now. With Robbo kind of dropping in performances, we've been having to play Nat Phillips and Reece Williams over the past 3 games. Trent has not only improved attacking-wise, he's improved because he's our biggest creative threat. I said in the United watch-along 10 minutes in, after just a few balls was put in by Trent, he's going to be the one who wins us this game. So even though it combinated with a few mistakes from United, who was the one who mainly won us that game? It was Trent. He was the man of the match on the day for our team, at least. Same story in the last game. So it's one, to see him now stepping up. I said it just before that Real Madrid goal, and listen, the timing was atrocious. But the point still stood. I feel without Van Dijk, without Henderson, without these type of players surrounding Trent, it's only going to benefit him in the long run. Because now he's had to adapt to being in a situation where, mate, you don't have world-class players around you. You know what I mean? You might have a Thiago, but the role he does isn't what Henderson used to do. He would, Thiago doesn't fill in the right-hand side. He goes forward with Trent. Henderson done that. So it's good to see that now he's just starting to step up. A Scouser in that, the Scouser in our team stepping up to the plate, lad, in the moments when we need it. So that's brilliant. And even defensively, people won't talk about it because it's Trent in it, but positional wise, over the past few games, much better. So I needed to talk
he's definitely improved. It's a confidence thing though, isn't it? It's a confidence thing, bro. It doesn't matter how good you are as a footballer, when your confidence is rattled like Trent's was, it's not really a surprise that he had a bad spell, innit? You have to play your way back into confidence, and the more assists he gets, the more performances he gets, the more recognition he gets for playing well, the better he's going to play, innit? So, it's not really surprising.
By the way, I won't do a big paragraph on Thiago, but Thiago stepped up too much as well, man.
He's a baller, but I think everyone always knew that, innit? But the thing is,
No,
he's been
but did you hear
unfortunate.
people saying, "Oh, he doesn't fit the system"? Fuck off, mate.
Yeah,
He
but
doesn't
I
fit
don't
the
I don't
system.
think he's necessarily a Klopp type of player. But that doesn't take away from his qualities. The facts is, yeah, he's unlucky in the sense that he came into a team, yeah, that had loads of injuries. So technically, he probably hasn't even played in Liverpool's strongest team because every time he's in there, there's been players missing, innit? So
Yeah,
it's kind of like you come in and you're not in a settled team, you can struggle, bro. It don't matter how good you are. Like you see it all
that's
the
true.
time. You put a team in an unsettled team, they could a player in an unsettled team, they could struggle, bro. Like he's not immune from that, and obviously he's still getting used to the Premier League and the
The
different
pace of it
demands
and
in it.
whatnot.
So, but yeah, bruv, everyone, bruv, listen, anyone that knows anything about football knows Thiago's a baller in it. Like trolling aside, he's a
100%.
player in it. And if you don't think he's a player, you don't know football, bruv. It's not even a debate I'm willing to have with anyone. So, you know what I mean? It's one of them
It's just
things, but I think
it's
the
good to see
momentum's with
that he was
Liverpool.
like, yeah, he was shooting. He's been shooting more, and like even his defending, he's been pressing a lot better in the first couple of games. I remember the Leicester game specifically when we lost 3-1. Came on the pitch, he gave the ball away about 10 times. Simple passes, and I'm thinking, wait, well, this doesn't make sense because lad, he weren't making one. So it's good to now see that even he is getting a bit of consistent run together, and I think it's because Fabinho going back into the midfield has been something that's just massively benefited us overall. Like, Fabinho back in the midfield is that good. We've been using Reece Williams in the back four. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
and it's been fine.
difference. Yeah, it's been sound. He's even been sound.
100%. Do you know what I mean? So no, I think you man will get it. I mean, I'll be very surprised if you don't get it. Do you know what I mean? So
Be a
I guess we
fucking
just gotta
shame.
wait and see. But bruv, you know what I mean? You've had your heart broken many times. You're a Liverpool fan, so we'll see in it what happens. We'll see what happens. Big up everyone inside. Smash up the like button. Super chat here about the main topic. Obviously, Harry Kane taps out, bruv. Spurs been fucking had him in a headlock for a long time, bro. And finally, he's tapped out, bruv. He said that he wants to leave. All of this nonsense now, him getting linked to Manchester United, I can categorically tell you it's not going to happen. So if you're a United fan, don't think about it. There's two teams he can end up at. One is City and one is Chelsea. There's no other teams that Harry Kane can end up at. United can't afford him. United have just literally renewed Cavani's contract. Greenwood got a new contract recently, and Martial. There's absolutely zero chance.
Even though he's not an attacker,
Yeah.
it's just you've been handing out contracts,
Yeah,
haven't you? So
yeah. There's absolutely zero chance of Harry Kane playing for Manchester United. Zero. So I'm not even trying to entertain any of that talk. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to entertain any of it. The only time where I might be open to slightly entertaining that is if Pogba left. And even then, Sancho will come in. The owners ain't going to make two marquee signings in one window. They don't do that.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The closest thing we got was Zlatan and Pogba, and Zlatan was free. Harry Kane's not going to be free. He's 28 years old. He's got glass ankles, and he's going to cost over 100 million. He's not worth it. He's not worth 100 million with his injury record and his age. He's not. Harry Kane, at his age, as good as he is, with his injury record, I'm not paying more than 80 million for him. No chance. There's no resale value on Harry Kane. If you sign him for 100 million, what, bruv, what? The next stop for him is going to be the MLS, mate. You sign him on a 4 or 5 year contract. By the time Harry Kane's 33, if injuries haven't finished him, he'll be on his way out.
The way I think of it, yeah, is that if you bought Harry Kane, obviously like the manager and whatnot, but he could genuinely be the difference of you winning the league or not. And it's the same with Chelsea.
I still don't even think he's enough for us to win the league because, bruv, we're conceding so many goals. Harry Kane's not going to change that.
He's not the number one priority, but he's certainly something that can benefit toward that and contribute towards that. Another world-class player. I think he is worth 100 million myself. If Liverpool were... Just to clarify, Liverpool fans, and with my G, we're not signing him. However, if we was to sign him, yeah, I think he would be boss for us, even though, like you say, he does miss a few months of the season. But if you see his numbers season in, season out, they're just goals you can't ignore. You know what I'm saying? And he does it more than any other person. And just if he can stay fit, then you've got even more. Put him around better players as well, and maybe that helps a little bit. We don't know yet, but I think it's worth taking the chance based on everything he's done. Yet he hasn't been able to, carry his team over the line in a big game like a final or anything, but we know he's class. We know what he can do. He's chasing down that record for the most Premier League goals. It's not all about stats, but we know he's a good player as well. He's adapted to many different systems of Spurs and done very good at it, by the way. So I think 100 million wouldn't be too bad. If you're talking about City and Chelsea, that's pennies for them. You know what I'm saying? So
I think City and Chelsea could put together a package of up to 100 million, yeah, but they ain't gonna give man 100 million up front. Man saying, is Kane even worth it at about 120 and he's 28? Bruv, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, no, honestly.
28 isn't old. 28 isn't old.
28, but bruv,
3,
20,
4, 5 seasons left.
28 with his injury record is old, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? 28 isn't usually. It doesn't matter. That's when he's playing.
He's never relied.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Pace, though, lads. When he's on,
that's when he's playing. I don't care about pace or anything like that, bro.
He scores 20 to 30 goals a season. What do you mean?
Doesn't matter.
This is the best striker in the Premier League.
Bro, it doesn't matter. Bro, it literally doesn't matter.
The best striker in the Premier League is worth 100 million. 28 years of age. I thought he was 29. Are you mad? You're getting
in this COVID climate. In this COVID climate, I am not paying 120 million pounds for a 28-year-old injury-prone centre forward. I'm not doing it. It doesn't make sense. It makes no sense whatsoever, blood. If it's 120 million, including add-ons, and it's 80 million up front, cool, we can have the conversation. Tottenham are probably going to want 100 million up front, blood, because of who Levy is, bro. Do you pay 100 million up front for Harry Kane? You're crazy. You can get fucking Erling Haaland for less than that.
Spend 100 million however you want to spend 100 million, but that player right there at Spurs is worth 100 million. Lads, he is the difference of you. I think if we signed Harry Kane, and I'm only talking about us because I know the best about us, if we signed Harry Kane, we're winning 1, 2, maybe 3 major trophies in the next 4 or 5 years, and he's going to be an integral part of all of them. It's not just one of them things. Like, think about it, that you can think about resale value, or you can think about probably 120 to 140 goals over the next 5 seasons from what is going to be a world-class striker. He's never someone who's relied on pace. He's never been that type of player. He can score running behind goals, but even when he doesn't, he can adapt to his game. It's the same with Alan Shearer. The reason why he stayed so good, obviously, towards the dead end, he started, obviously, going off a little bit. But Harry Kane, with the injuries you mentioned, I just think it's sound because he's a fucking poacher, man. Do you know what I mean? I think he's class. I think 3, 4 good seasons you'll get out of Harry Kane, possibly 5. So I think 100 million, no doubt. No doubt.
I don't know about any of that, bro. Like, honestly, I hear what you're saying, yeah, but one thing also, man, got to think about is it's about balance. You say if you get Harry Kane, you're going to win X, Y, Z. I'm looking at your team and I'm saying, bruv, you need to get rid of about 5 men. So
okay,
I don't think that,
man? No, who's
bro, the balance of your team, yeah, ain't good enough, bro. Genie Wijnaldum, yeah, is probably going to leave on a free or something like that.
Yeah, he's already gone.
Well, there you go. Oxlade-Chamberlain, you need to replace as well. Or do you think he's good enough to still be at Liverpool?
Oh no, I've said he needs to go. I'm on that.
Like, literally, outside of your first 11, strongest 11, bro, your whole squad's questionable, innit? And you saw this season, yeah, what happened when you've got injuries, bro. Like, I feel like the depth in your squad, yeah, you did, but the depth in your squad needs to be addressed because at the end of the day, yeah, of course. But what I'm saying is, so just getting a Harry Kane, yeah, that still doesn't solve all the other problems. Do you know what I mean? And it's the same with Manchester United. Getting in a Harry Kane doesn't solve the problems of conceding more goals than you've played games. Harry Kane doesn't solve that. He doesn't solve the need for a defensive midfielder or a centre half. He doesn't solve the fact that we've got no balance on the right-hand side and we need a right-sided wide player. Rashford doesn't want to play there. Do you know what I mean? Greenwood can play there, but is he going to play there week in, week out? Probably not. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't solve so many things. So the idea of Harry Kane is fucking amazing, but the reality of Harry Kane is, yeah, he should have left a few years ago.
Facts. Okay, can I just interrupt dead quick? For Man United, I agree, he might not be the number one option because you're spending 100 million when, like you've said, you've got other priorities in the DM, possibly the right wing and all this anyway. So sort all that out for you. But for my club, Harry Kane would have us probably above you in the table this season with the other injuries. Because let me tell you now, he's going to have 20 goals. He's going to have 25 goals there and thereabouts. That in itself is something that we've needed. So that's what I'm talking about when it comes to impact. What wins you a league title? A good defence. We've got Virgil van Dijk there, who, yes, granted, is 29. But we're looking on Bayern Konate. We've got Joe Gomez there, who's a young centre-back. We've got a solid back line, at the very least for right now, and the near future. When you bring in Harry Kane, when you're getting certified goals, 13-14 is the prime example. The reason we didn't win the league that year is because our defence was shite. It weren't Brendan Rodgers. Obviously, Luis Suarez helped him get in a higher position, but this is what I'm talking about. The strikers have such a big influence on the team. Goals wins you games, defences wins you leagues, the saying all goes. I think that's the way it would be, yeah. Harry Kane would be... Like, I don't think we'd win the league because of how much other areas of the squad's been poor this season, but I think we'd be above you. I think we could be like second, because that's the difference is goals, mate.
Absolutely. I do understand that, bro. Do you know what I mean? But at what cost? If you get him, yeah, at the cost of dealing with the problems that you really have, papering over cracks, it will improve you, but that doesn't mean that man's still gonna win anything. This is where I'm torn, because when I look at it, it's like, cool, Harry Kane on paper sounds amazing. But what happens when he fucking gets injured? We're back to the same bullshit last season. Defense ain't good enough.
What we know is 20-25 goals is what he gets, even with injuries.
Yeah.
With injuries.
Yeah.
So yeah, like what do you mean, lad? He still scores goals. So if he stays fit, you've got an even better striker. I agree, squad depth needs to improve. Get that completely. But I'm talking about if we could 100 million, which FSG I actually think can spend, and a little bit of extra change. Because, lad, he's going to win you trophies. 100 million for a couple of Premier Leagues and Champions League, almost likely. Obviously, 2 + 2 doesn't always equal 4, but you've got to give yourself the best possible chance.
I hear you.
I think of it.
I hear you. The one thing I would fucking say, yeah.
Haaland
looking at
is still going to be dope.
Looking at the past, innit? How often have a team bought a striker in their prime, in their actual prime, not young going into their prime, actually at the peak of their powers, spent big money on them, they've come in and it's worked. Because Fernando Torres didn't work. You know them, it didn't work at all, bruv. He done what he done for Liverpool.
Who didn't
no, but bro, even look at fucking Aubameyang at Arsenal, bro. Gave him the new deal, the big money, and then he died, bro. There's something about players, yeah, when they're at a certain age, yeah, and at a certain thing where you give them the money and you just expect that they're gonna continue to do what they're doing, and they don't, bruv. Like it's mad. United we only paid 25 million for Robin van Persie, and we only got 1 season out of him, yeah, like at his best. But that's 25. This is 100 million plus we're talking about.
Yeah, man. Now, listen, this is what I'm going to say. Harry Kane is very different to all of them. Harry Kane hasn't won no damn trophies. Do you think he's going to be spending these last few years willy-nilly? He hasn't achieved nothing. These are important years for him. I look at mentality above anything. Has he got the ability? Yes. Does he have minor injury problems? Of course he does. But does he have the mental toughness to come back from them every single time and actually still improve and still get better? Do I believe he has the mental toughness? Bearing in mind, in a poor Jose Mourinho team that doesn't move forward, he might as well be 34, because a 34-year-old player could play in that system without fucking slow the other snails. So when you talk about Harry Kane, right, he could come into our team right now, score however many goals. Talk about longevity, that's another thing to question. But when you talk about mentality, mate, that's a player who wants to win things. I want players who are good and want to win things. 100 million for me. If that gets me a Premier League, I'm sound with that. But if it gets me 2 or boss, you know what I mean? It gets me more than that, boss. If he gets me 2 or 3 good seasons, and again, it's a big if, but it's certainly, there's much bigger risks to take in football.
Of course, there's bigger risks to take than,
so,
but
also
in football, the thing is in football, there's no such thing as a sure thing in football. Because if there was, the bookies would be out of business, innit? That's one thing I would say. Harry Kane's still a gamble because of his injury record, regardless of what his record is, bro. Because like the players, and here's another one, Eden Hazard. After everything he done at Chelsea, you thought, he's dead cert. He's going to go to Real Madrid, absolutely smash it. And he's been fucking injury ravaged and awful, bro. Like, you just can never tell. If you splash 100 mil on Harry Kane and he's crocked for 4 months, you're fucking fuming. Do you know what I mean? And like my man said here, like Genie, Keita, Ox, Shaqiri, Origi, bruv, that's already 5 man, yeah. That
I agree.
You
but we also
really need to be looking for replacements for before you start trying to sign a Harry Kane.
Nah, listen, I'm not saying it's the number one priority, but just for 100 million, would I take Harry Kane? Yes, I would take Harry Kane for 100 million pounds. 120 million, would I take Harry Kane? Yes, I would take Harry Kane for 120 million pounds. He's world class. We're talking about one of the best, in some people's eyes, the best striker in the world. And you keep mentioning injuries, still scores 25 goals a season.
Yeah, would you take Aguero then? Because he's world class.
No, he's 33. He's 33. There's a difference between 20.
He gets injuries and he still bags 20.
Why isn't Pep starting him then? Why isn't Pep starting him? Harry Kane's still starting.
Because he was injured. Because he was injured and he's leaving.
No, he's fit right now and he's not playing. So
because he's leaving.
There's been stories around Aguero not starting for Manchester City. What are you talking? Kane is undroppable. Kane is an undroppable player. Who's ever replaced Kane in that Tottenham squad? No, you play around Kane, you build around Kane. That's the way it works. Aguero, you can build a team around Aguero, sure, but you've also got David Silva, you've also got Yaya Toure, other world-class fucking players. I don't think there's any problem. Again, we need to let go players. We already know that, though, if anything, that's just going to recoup any more funds, and we're letting go of Deadwood. Reinvest your money properly, then the Harry Kane signing can go well. We invest our money nicely. I don't think we're as skint as we say we are as well, so I don't think 100 million will be his detriment. And like I said, if it guarantees me a couple of trophies, I don't care. Because you're getting over.
Fair enough, bro. Do you know what I mean? I think it just depends on how you're looking at it. For me, I think Harry Kane is quality. I don't think he's worth 100 million, for what man are going to get out of him, and also the fact that it's a current climate. If it wasn't COVID season, I think that the 100 million's nothing.
That has a part to play. You
know what I mean? I think the 100 million's nothing. But when you think that teams are losing 100 million pounds a month, from not having fans in the stadium and that, like, to me, don't really make sense. It don't really make sense to me to spend 100 million on a player that's not crucial. Yes, he does improve your team, but he's not crucial. There's no...
this season.
He would be crucial, yeah. But
striker is the number one.
Is he crucial?
The striker is the number one position that we need.
So you would be happy if you just got Harry Kane and no one else, and your squad was exactly the same.
The squad, so we're just making the same mistakes last year. That's not what I'm saying.
No, but I'm saying like you have to pick one because you're Liverpool. You're not going to spend 100 million on Harry Kane and still.
I have said at the start of this conversation, I never said we're going to go and get Harry Kane.
So I'm saying if you get Harry Kane for 100 million, would you be happy to just have him?
Listen, I'd be happy we got Harry Kane, but I'd be fuming with the fact that we never went and reinvested. So of course, no, I'm not completely happy, but yet I'm sound with the fact we got a goal scorer, which is something that we've needed since Daniel Sturridge has left, which is a few years ago now. So realistically, yeah, because this is a player who is going to get us over the line, I feel. However, if we don't go and improve, then that just shows more incompetence to FSG, who, by the way, I want out. So, lad, like, yeah, I want Harry Kane. It's one of them ones. But I get what you mean with the climate and all that. Like, I'm not just completely disregarding it.
Because I'm looking at it, they're saying, like, what, 70, 80 million for Jadon Sancho, yeah? At 20 years old, I think. 20 or 21. Who's got massive resale value. It makes sense.
Yep.
So to pay 100 million for someone with zero resale value and an injury record that isn't favourable in this climate doesn't make sense to me. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that Harry Kane... I'm not saying Harry Kane's not a 100 million pound player normally. He is. But if someone said to me, you've got 100 million pounds right now to buy a player, in this climate, you could buy Haaland or Harry Kane, I'm buying Haaland, bruv. Because Haaland's young. He's got resale value. Do you know what I'm saying? He's potentially a future Ballon d'Or winner. All of these other things, bro. Like Harry Kane, I'm getting free. I hope I'm getting 3 more seasons of Harry Kane at his best. Because even when he declines, he'll still score goals because he's a top player. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I think at his best, he's got 2 or 3 seasons max at his best. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if that's worth. It is very good.
So even when he's not at his best, you're still getting a very good player. And just an example of someone who was good when they left in their prime, Luis Suarez to Barcelona. Very important part of the team, by the way. £75 million in 2015. So it's one of them things, like, it can happen, it can work out. It's not just, there's examples against it, there's examples for it. Do you know what I mean? I think that'll work out for us. For yous, maybe not so much, because yeah, you make a good point. You need someone who can go in that holding midfield and keep your fucking team together instead of having to play 6 at the back with McTominay and Fred.
You see the Luis Suarez thing? Luis Suarez had one thing that Harry Kane don't have, and it's mobility. Harry Kane is stiff as a plank, bro. Like, he can't move like Luis Suarez, bro. Like, the more injuries he's had, he's less mobile, and he's
oh shit! He's like a dragonfly in me room, lads. What the fuck? What the fuck, lads? Do you know what I mean? What? One sec, you. I'll be back.
It's alright, brother.
Got him. Fucking got him.
Oh shit!
Get you out of that fucking window, mate. Ugh. Shit, my jocks. Sorry.
Yeah. Like, Suarez was still mobile. He's still got a decent amount of pace on him now, even at his age. Yeah, I mean, he's still nippy. He's not as quick as he used to be, but he's mobile. Harry Kane's mobility is lessened the more that he's gotten injured, and it's the same injury all over again. It's the same ankle, bruv. That would worry me, blood, personally. And the fact he's got 3 years left on his contract as well, so they're not going to let him go for peanuts.
There's risk for every signing, isn't there, I suppose, but the reward with Harry Kane, I think, is huge. By the way, that was a dragonfly. It was huge, and usually they come out at night, innit, so I don't know why it was chilling, but yeah, it just came flying into me, Ken, so I had to sort it out. Don't worry, though, big arms, Edmund. Custy situation, man, sorted it. Absolutely dealt with it. Nah, I do get what you're saying, bro. I don't want you to think I'm just disregarding your point. I'm just talking about my opinion in it, and it's like, there's pros and cons to every signing that you make. With Jadon Sancho, even though we're very confident that he would, can he do it in the Premier League? You know what I mean? All that type of. But there's many factors that come into play when it comes to any transfer. I'd love Harry Kane now, and I think there's not many people who are turning down Harry Kane for that price as well. No,
that's fair enough. You know what I mean? That's completely, like, makes sense, innit? No, I mean, it absolutely makes sense, bro. So yeah, but it gets like that.
He needs to leave as soon as possible. That's the one thing. Like, wherever he does go, which, like you said, it's most likely going to be City or Chelsea anyway, that he needs to get out of there. I think City is like the perfect move. It's just if Pep really sees that as the way going forward, you know what I mean? Because obviously he's probably just happy with the squad as it is.
Yeah, facts. And this guy, bruv, the guy's name's Haaland, bruv. I don't know how many times.
Nah,
like,
it's
Haaland.
It's
Haaland, bro. I literally grew up watching his dad play football. Alfingo Haaland, bro. His name is Haaland.
Lads.
His name is Haaland. It doesn't matter if he's got two, bruv. It's only got 2 A's, yeah, in English, bro. Like, in Danish, it's got 1 A. His name is Haaland, bruv.
Are you one of them, like to say Rafa Benitez? Are you
bruv,
one of them,
like,
you want to say
Haaland, bro. His name is Haaland.
You're not
His
from
name's
Norway.
Haaland, bro.
Is it Norway or Denmark? Where's he from? I always get confused.
He's Norwegian, innit? Like, fucking, like Ollie, isn't he?
You're not Norwegian, though, are you, lad?
His name's Haaland, bro.
It's Haaland, lad. But we'll again, agree to disagree.
Haaland, bro.
It
is what it is. It is what it is. I had the same issue, yeah, with Bojan as well, that played for United. Man, I call him Bojan. His name's Bojan, bruv. Like, it is what it is. You have to, you don't call Vidic Nemanja Vidic, bro. Like, it's Nemanja Vidic, bro. So why the fuck are you gonna call him? Why are you not gonna call him by his name?
I'm gonna trump this argument right now. What about Jose Mourinho? Everyone said it was wrong when it was Jose.
No, because he's Portuguese.
Jose.
Yeah, because Jose's name is Jose because he's Portuguese. If he was Spanish, it would have been Jose. So what's your point?
What do you mean? What's my point? We're English. We're not.
So his name's Jose, innit? No,
so
but if he was Spanish, it would be Jose.
You've just said, yeah, if it's Spanish, but you're English, you're not from Denmark, are you? Like, do you know what I'm saying?
It doesn't fucking matter, bro.
It does fucking matter. There's two H's in the fucking name.
Your name is fucking James, yeah? And guess what?
James, get it right. James,
man call you,
the name given by the people.
Your name is fucking James, bro. If you go to Spain, you're not going to say my name's James. You're going to say my name's fucking James because your name is actually James, blood. Because you were born here. If you were born in Spain, yeah, maybe your name would be James, but it's not fucking
James.
James.
You're just going against your arguments. You're not.
I'm not.
In Denmark, so you
his name
Holland,
is. But he was, you mug. That's my point.
He was. Lads, people like you don't try and be too perfect in these situations.
However, whatever his fucking mum calls him is his fucking name. End of story.
What about this then?
Does your mum call you James? No, she calls you fucking James because your name's James, innit? Whatever your mum called you is your fucking name. That's it.
I had a kid in school called Natanaton. He was from Thailand. His name was Natanaton. So many.
But that's his fucking name.
But his man never called him Natanaton. His man calls him Natanaton Sompon Sakul. I'm not chatting shit.
But because you can't pronounce it, yeah? Because you can't pronounce it, that don't mean that that's not his name, bro.
No, I pronounced it right. His ma said it different, but he said I was saying it
just right. Because you can't pronounce his name, that don't mean that's not his name.
Lads, listen, lad, we'll agree to disagree, but fucking
you know, like that.
Do you know what I mean?
You know what they do in England, yeah? They'll be like, oh, what's your name? You'll tell man the exotic name and say, oh, cool, we'll just call you John. Your name's not fucking John. Man just can't pronounce your name. That doesn't mean that that's not his name, bro. You know, like that. Like, it is what it is. He's Norwegian, yeah? Man's name's Haaland, bro.
It's a fancy A.
Man grew up watching his dad, Alf Ingo Haaland, yeah, play for Leeds.
Who the fuck is that guy?
That's his dad, bro. That's his dad. No one called him Haaland, bruv. It was Haaland.
Yeah.
So how come he's got a different name to his dad all of a sudden, bruv?
Mate, he played for Man City in the 1970s. There was about 10 people who probably knew who he was anyway.
I said it's Haaland, bruv. It's Haaland.
Gee, there you go. It's Haaland. Because, lad, there's multiple A's anyway. Listen, lads. You just need to stop being stupid when you're saying names, saying Haaland. You know what I mean?
His name's Haaland, bruv.
Sweet. Go on, Sean, lad. Haaland.
Literally. Man's name's Haaland. Whatever his dad's name is, that's his name. Unless he's got... Have you got... Bruv, you got the same surname as your parents, I'm guessing, yeah? So does he. You know, like that. So it is what it is. Like, this is it, bro. It's cool. We're done now anyway. Uncle Ben's is back for France. Uncle Ben's is back for France, so the Euros is over.
Uncle Ben's?
Benzema. Back for France. It's over.
Is he? Yeah.
It's over.
Do you reckon they're just defo gonna win it?
Bruv, they've won it, bro. Bruv, they've got...
You reckon, yeah?
Bruv, they've got Benzema and Giroud and fucking Martial's going, bro. Like, bruv, they've won it. How are they not going to win it?
Wait, what about Germany? Who have they got?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Oh, this is heavy. If we sack our manager in time, then there's a chance.
What?
I'm chatting shit now, lads. I'm not gonna lie. Nah, you're right, lads. I'm trying to be devil's advocate in it. Nah, we're not gonna win it. Germany aren't gonna win it. It's France. They've got like 10 players for each position. By the way, they're all world class. So I know, like lad, they could fill a 100-man squad, and all the players will be great.
Bruv, Benzema up front for France is ridiculous, bro. Like,
got pocketed by Matt Phillips, though.
People don't understand. You've got Benzema and Mbappe and Griezmann and Pogba. Just ands and Kante. Just ands.
You need to start using commas. There's that many ands. You need to start using commas, bro.
Bro, it's mad. Like, it's actually mad.
No, I just don't. Stones.
Who can do something? Who can do something about that?
It's a team on steroids. That is Khabib on steroids.
It doesn't make sense.
Good players. It's when like one world class player goes out, got another one to come in.
It's false, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense, innit? And he hasn't been in the squad for a while, innit? Because of politics. And out of nowhere, Benzema's just back. I just can't believe it, bro. Like, it's mad, innit? I never thought I'd see the day. Like, I never thought I'd see the day. Honestly, like, I never thought. When I woke up this morning and I saw in the group chat, someone said, "Rah, Benz is back." I said, "What? That's crazy."
Yeah.
That's actually crazy, bro.
That's mental.
Like,
I think it is going to be France. I think everyone goes with them as the favourites, don't they, with most competitions recently. Because of the depth. It's the depth of their squad, of how many good players they've got. When you look at, like, Germany, you can maybe get a world-class starting 11 out of them, but are you going to be able to go much beyond that? Even though they're going to have good options, probably not. Not to the point where you're competing for Euros. France could probably start a second team and it'd give the Euros a good go. The thing that goes against us, I think we've actually got, you know, regarding everyone's fully fit, like, well, actually, but they're not, though, are they? So without Harry Maguire, we've got, John Stones, Ben Godfrey is like the two centre-backs. We've got good full-backs for either side. It's when you start going deeper into the England squad, but our number one issue is the manager. So that's what I feel gives us no chance. Whereas I think with a better manager, let's say, obviously it's a bit of an unrealistic one, but like a Brendan Rodgers or even like an Arsene Wenger, to some extent, like just someone who's going to play a little bit of football and use the attacking players like Grealish, Foden, Mount, these type of players. Whereas I don't think Gareth Southgate is even going to utilise them. I think he's going to be really just going defensive against the bigger teams when he's got the players that actually match them.
Yeah, for sure.
Grealish is up there with the best of them. Sancho is up there with the best of them on the ball. So, like, to not have the confidence to go forward, which we won't, by the way, is ludicrous, man. Because we could make this an exciting World Cup. Someone mentioned before, Euros. Someone mentioned before as well, Harry Kane was the top goal scorer in the last World Cup. The reason why no one talks about it is because we were shit. And
because it was like 5 penalties.
Yeah, so lad, they play better football. Like, even Harry Kane, we've got Harry Kane. Yeah. Not to mention him again, but he scores goals. So it's just, we're not winning it. Who is? Who's going to give them the best challenge?
Portugal have a very good team. You know what I mean?
Out here sleeping on Portugal, you know, that's a shout.
Very good team. Portugal obviously, they've got half of Man City's defence. You know what I'm saying? They've still got CR7. They've still got what's his fucking name? Bernardo Silva. They've still got Bruno Fernandes. They've still got Joao Felix. They've still got, like, bruv, they've got so many players, bro. I don't know if Pepe is going or if he's retired. Bro, they've got a stacked team as well. Like I said, they've got half of City's back third. So they've got Cancelo and Diaz and Silva. Bro, like Jota as well. Bruv, they've got players. Like, man can't sleep on them.
Oh, fucking hell, Jota, these Portuguese.
Yeah. You can't sleep on Portugal. Yeah,
they play with all them options, you know what I mean? I don't want him coming back injured. He's injured right now, isn't he? Nah, it's one of them lads. That's a shout. I never even thought of Portugal, but that's because you don't usually, even though they won the last one, you don't usually think of Portugal as like, they're gonna win this competition. Because where it is now, they haven't only got a good squad. Even Ruben Neves, like, that's a very solid midfielder right there. That squad alone, it's quite a young squad. Like, besides,
and the thing is, the last tournament it wasn't. They had the oldest squad in the tournament, so it shows you how well they've changed their squad in 2 years or 3 years, even, because this is a year back. Because Portugal had a back two of Jose Font from who was at Southampton and Pepe, I think, and they were like 35 and 36 or something stupid at the time. In defense, they had an old defense, and now they've got a proper young team. So literally in 3 years, in 3 years they've changed their whole squad. Literally, average age of their squad must have dropped to like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, nah, defo 100%.
It's crazy.
That's mad. That you mentioned that as well with the older squad, with like Adair getting the winning penalty and the fucking thingo and that, mate. It's mad. Now they've got Bernardo Silva, Jota, all these type of players who are. They're not in the prime, but they're approaching it, you know what I mean? So it's good to see they've got options. It makes it interesting to give them a run. Have the groups been announced? or are they like still to be?
I don't think
I
so,
I
because
haven't
if
heard
they
nothing
have, I
about
can't
it.
remember who England have in their group if they have been announced already.
I can't remember
So
hearing about it. Even like a João Moutinho, who is also older, he's still a baller, bro. So he can come in that
yeah,
team.
he can still play, bro.
He's serious, and like even when he was at Monaco, people don't talk about his influence on that team when they won the league
Yeah,
before he actually left.
baller,
So absolute
baller.
baller.
Yeah, I mean, and
Cancelo.
he
Oh my
was
God,
at Porto
Ricardo
with
Pereira.
Jose, blood. He was at Porto with Jose. That's where,
Moutinho.
bruv, when Jose won the Champions League, they
Was
had
he there?
Moutinho and
That's mad.
what's the other centre midfielder that was there with him? Bruv, Jose had Moutinho, bro. Like
Was it
Moutinho's the
Deco?
geez. Nah, Deco was there
Obviously,
as well, but there
he
was
was there
another
though.
one, and he had like dyed hair or something like that, and he got a move as well.
Mm.
Decent midfielder as well. There was three of them. There was Deco, Moutinho, and another one. Manish was there as well, and he took him to Chelsea. But there was another guy I'm thinking of, another Portuguese midfielder that played in that midfield as well, bro. Like literally,
Ricardo Pereira. Podence from Wolves.
yeah, Podence is there.
A lot of these Wolves players. Pedro Neto, isn't he?
Yeah, yes, bruv. They've got ballers.
Baller.
Bruv.
He's serious. He's the #1 player I want for Liverpool, actually. That's mad. Yeah, that's insane. They're sorted.
Bruv, listen, they're stacked, you know.
Oh my God, for Bants, do you want to do a French and Portugal combined 11?
Yeah, bruv. It's just the whole France team, innit?
Oh, surely not. Yeah,
Come
let's
on,
go
G.
through it. Yeah, 4-3-3 dead quick goalkeeper. Who we saying? Rui Patricio or Lloris?
Oh man, Lloris is an alky, bruv. So I don't really know. You know the ones that's the only one. It's a hard one. I don't really know.
It's like an older fellas league, that one, isn't it? Let's go with Patricio then, because we might not get many more Portugal ones. So let's make this interesting.
The defense is different. Left back man have to have if Cancelo's playing left back, if he's going as the left back, then the thing is defensively, I don't really France ain't really blowing me away, you know.
No,
France ain't blowing me away.
They got Mendy from Real.
Mendy's injury prone, blood. Is Mendy even a footballer, bruv? Like, I don't even know.
What about Guerrero? He plays left back, doesn't he? From Dortmund.
Not better than Cancelo, though. Are we putting Cancelo on the right?
Oh, no, wait. Hernandez from
we could put Theo Hernandez on left back.
He's quality as well, but this season...
And Cancelo right back.
Cancelo right back or Ricardo Pereira?
It has to be Cancelo right back.
Nah, it has to be Cancelo. So, wait, that's all Portuguese so far, isn't it?
Nah, so no, Theo Hernandez is from France, and then we got centre backs. We've got Diaz centre back for sure.
No, then whoever you want to put next to him, go for it.
Exactly, and Varane. She isn't bad. So 50-50 in midfield. Midfield's Kante, Pogba, and someone else. So
let's squeeze in a little João Moutinho.
Nah, I don't know. Can you put Moutinho in there ahead of
Ruben Neves?
Or you can put in Bernardo in there. In the 10.
Oh yeah, man. Sweet. And then the front three.
Front three has Mbappe.
João Felix has got it.
Well, Mbappe and Benzema play for me in it, so they have to play. So Mbappe, Benzema, and someone else, blood. But we got João Felix as well. Fuck me, bruv.
I love the way we haven't mentioned Ronaldo. That's funny, that.
Nah, Ronaldo ain't starting for me, bruv. If I got João Felix, Mbappe, and Benzema, then that's what it is.
Ronaldo lovers are fucking fuming right now. I'm gonna say so. Felix.
I'm not playing. I wouldn't play. I wouldn't play Bruno ahead of.
I think Jota and Neto.
What's his name in midfield? I wouldn't play Bruno ahead of
Pogba or
Bernardo.
Kante.
I wouldn't play him ahead of Bernardo. I wouldn't.
Oh no, I'm not saying like for baller. I would though. I will play him above Bernardo.
Man, say how'd I forget? I didn't forget Bruno. He's not better than Bernardo. Not for me.
Fair enough. I'll go with Bernardo for all the United fans who love Bruno. No, I'll go with Bruno for all the United fans who do love him as well. Front three then, is it just... Nah, because I reckon Jota and... Who's the other wing? Pedro Neto have both had better seasons than João Felix.
Yeah, but João Felix is playing, for a bus parking merchant, you know, like that. And that's just what it is, bro. Joao Felix was playing for a proper manager.
I just want to now know.
You'd see the best out of him, bro. He's an absolute worldie.
Nah, facts. Wait, there. I just want to know how many on each side of the scale did we get there? So we squeezed in Patricio. We squeezed him in. Cancelo.
Back four's 50-50.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 3-2.
Yeah.
To Portugal. Then midfield. We went with 2 France and 1 Portugal, and then the front 3. My maths is terrible. Please, someone.
The front 3 is 2 French, 1 Portuguese for me.
Wait there. Why was I doing that? Right, yeah. 4,
and so I fit in 1 Portuguese in midfield, 1 Portuguese up front, 2 at the back. So it's 6-5 to France. My team that I've got.
Hey, and you were saying that it was going to be all France. So listen, it's a lot closer than what we think.
Oh, bruv, it is. It is. Don't get it twisted. Boss. France's defense is where they're not amazing, but they're good enough. You know, like that.
We haven't mentioned Digne, who, by the way, is quality at left back.
Jesus, crispy, you know, Digne, but does he's
boss? No, he's boss, lad. Like, he's not just good. He's
boss. Bruv, Ferland Mendy. I forgot about Ferland Mendy. Oi, listen,
I told you about Mendy. I said Mendy.
I thought you were talking about Man City's Mendy, blood.
Fuck off.
I thought you were talking about Man City's Mendy, blood. Hey, bruv, listen. Ferland Mendy's playing at left back for me, innit? And Cancelo can go to the right. That's what's going on. Well, I thought you were talking about. I thought you was talking about that flipping that video whole Mendy at Man City, blood.
Who cares?
You know them one. Of course he is, but he's just there for the vibes, blood. This guy holds the camera, blood. He got bare medals and that. Just holds the camera in all the fucking thing. Never plays.
Yeah, nah, he needs to go. That's good. This day, well, we've just made a nice little matchup for the Euros there. That's the final.
Yeah,
that's the final last time, wasn't it? Was that the final last time?
Bruv, that was the final in the Europeans, and when Ronaldo got injured, and then he took over as the manager.
Eddie got that winning goal.
Yeah,
I know.
I was in Morocco, blood. I was in Morocco watching that game. I remember that game perfectly because I was literally in Morocco. Yeah, I had to find some calf to watch it in, bro, and it was a madness, bro. Like literally, absolute madness. Mad. Do you know what I mean? So
that Euros was decent, man. I remember I think I was finishing school or something at the time that Euros was on, and Sturridge scored in one of the games. I think it was against Wales, and we all just went, yeah, because we got to skip our lesson for it.
Portugal, Germany, and France in the group of death.
Oh.
Yeah, so boy.
Yeah,
and you know what it is with the Germans? As much as I think the Germans on paper should go out, yeah, but Germany just always know how to navigate to the knockout stages. So you could see, I don't know, you could see Portugal getting knocked out. But
I don't think we should talk about Germany more than Portugal. We shouldn't talk about Germany more than Portugal. I mean, that obviously has a factor to play, but wait, so then the group stages are confirmed. I want to see these. I actually want to see what this is chatting. What who have we got? Euros group stages, man. Let's have a little gander right now.
Oh, you said 3 teams can qualify actually because you can go through and best loser on that.
Oh shit, yeah. So Group A, Turkey, Italy, Wales, Switzerland. Right, let me click on the full thing. You're right. Best losers can go through in these tournaments. You're right. So all 3 of them could still go through. Yep, we're ready for this then. So Group A, Turkey, Italy, Wales and Switzerland. Group B, Denmark, Finland, Belgium and Russia. Group C, the Netherlands, Ukraine, Austria and North Macedonia. Group D, England, Croatia, Scotland and Czech Republic. Group E, Spain, Sweden. Obviously, there's Latan's back for that tournament as well, isn't he? So that'll be interesting. Poland and Slovakia. And then Group F, Hungary, Portugal, France and Germany. Oh my god! That is fucking... The 3 teams that can win it in the same group. That is insane.
Yeah.
Insane. And all 3 of them can still go through though.
Bruv.
Because Hungary aren't going through.
Man.
I swear their best players like Adam Bogdan. Do you remember Adam Bogdan who was in goal?
Bogdan, yep.
He's like their best player. I actually do.
It's gonna be interesting.
Ooh, that's heavy, mate. Yeah, that's a ruthless group stage. That's the group stage I'm going to be watching mostly, like, based on
Yeah,
entertainment
100%.
value.
I'll be definitely doing watch-alongs for those games. That group is an absolute madness.
We say we should get through ours, but we're the type of team to draw to Scotland, lose to Croatia, and then beat Czech Republic, and that not be enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's mad. And look, man said from this combined 11, it feels like Portugal and France are the favourites. We've got no chance. Bruv, listen, yeah. Honestly, as good as England are, yeah, I think we overrate these men because we see them week in, week out. Some of these other guys are fucking ridiculous, you know?
Insane.
Like, they're actually ridiculous. Because even when I look at my club, yeah, the difference in ability between Pogba and everyone else is massive. You know, like that. So it's like, what the fuck? Like legit, like the difference in ability is so big. So it's like when I'm looking at the best players that England have and the best players that France have or Portugal have, it's like it's wild to me, bro. It's wild, isn't it? The difference of ability is crazy. It's just like Harry Kane, sick finisher. I think Harry Kane's one of the best finishers in world football. But all round play, he ain't better than Karim Benzema. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like it's just mad, bro. Like, football's a crazy game, bro.
It's a
I mean, football's a crazy game.
I think
England are good, but they're not as good as France and them or Portugal and them. Do you know what I mean? It's just different.
It's
just different, bro.
Much lower for me. I think the players, though, are actually good. I think, like, it's a weird one because, like, the defense is shite and the midfield's kind of weak, but in terms of, like, depth, I mean, the midfield's weak, but going forward, we've got some talents, bro. But because we persist with the likes of, obviously, Sterling, who, yes, it might have a big impact, but he's not the best player to play that position. You've got Phil Foden there, you've got Jack Grealish who can play there, you've got Sancho on the other side, you've got Kane who, as we've mentioned, will guarantee you goals. Mount who can play in any fucking system. Like, I just think it's one of them where we should be doing a lot better than what we probably will end up doing.
Yeah.
And it's because
I hear you. And big up Baz. Bro, Harry Kane's all-round game is very good. But the one thing about Harry Kane is, one, he's not mobile, and two, that's if you give him space. You know what I mean? The way Benzema just drifts in, like, if you watch Real Madrid, you'll see the way he drifts in between, like, the midfield and attack, receives the ball on the turn, little give and goes and stuff. And the way that France actually play, the technical level of their football is just higher than England's. Do you know what I mean? And it's not that England aren't good. It's just that France are playing, like, this is their golden generation right now. Real golden. Like, they got 3 or 4 players for each position. Like, it's crazy. Like, the levels are just different. Like, bruv, there's just different levels in football, innit? Like, it's not this player's good, this player's shit. It's just about levels. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is. When you look at France, yeah, they've got someone like Ousmane Dembele, yeah, who they don't even need to take to the World Cup, bro. If he was in the England squad, he's one of England's best players straight away.
Nah, I disagree.
Nah, I don't.
I do.
Ousmane Dembele is ridiculous, bro. It's just his attitude.
He plays on the right, he plays on the left. We've got Foden, Grealish and Sancho. What do you mean, bro? He walks right in.
Bro.
It's not like a guarantee.
Bro.
It's not a guarantee.
I said he's one of the best players in the squad. I never said he walks right in. He's one of the best players straight away. He's not one of the best players in that France squad, though.
I'm just saying, I don't know, lads. I don't know. We've got some good players going forward.
We've got Rashford and Sterling, yeah, that wouldn't get into the France squad at all.
We've got Rashford, Sterling, Sancho, Grealish, all these type of players. Like, what do you mean?
Bro, they're not, but they're going to the World Cup, bro.
Rashford and
Sterling wouldn't go to the World Cup for France. They wouldn't go.
That's when we're talking about the manager. I'm just talking about the actual
No, I'm saying they're not good enough to be in the French squad, but they're good enough to be in the English squad because the French squad is just a higher level.
Because that's the manager as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas Dembele could probably still make the squad of France. And he'd make
Bro, I know what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, yeah, France have someone like a Kingsley Coman as well, yeah, who, again, is better than Rashford and fucking Sterling, bro. He is.
Fair. Like, I'm not even disagreeing with
like, France's depth is actually fucking ridiculous. Like, this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that these other men, and when you think that Grealish and Foden are actually 10s that play out wide, they're not wingers. But either way, the level at France is just so high that if you don't make it in the France squad, it's not because you're not a good player. If you don't make it in the England squad, unless you're very, very unfortunate and you end up being like a James Maddison and that, it's because genuinely your level's just not that high. You know what I mean? Like you're a Tammy Abraham or something that.
I don't rate them. I rate him as a player, but on consistency and stuff, I don't rate him that highly myself. So it's one of them things.
Who, Tammy or Kingsley Coman?
Who's Mane, Dembele. Who we were talking about getting in the England team. I don't rate him that highly. I think he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but I don't rate him on the level of a Grealish or even a Foden. With all due respect, got the ability there, but it's about what you do with it. He doesn't do it. So since Dortmund,
I hear what you're saying. Man's just
Injury
talking
prone
about
as well, isn't
ability, bro.
Injury prone as well, isn't he?
He has been, yeah. You know what I'm saying? He has been, but so is Rashford. You know them ones there. He's been injury prone as well, and he's been playing through injury for about 2 years apparently. Do you know what I mean? And he'll still go.
You're right.
Do you know what I'm saying? But Coman's playing for Bayern Munich, bro. Like Rashford and Sterling, respectfully, ain't playing for Bayern, bro. They're not good enough. And that's the way man's got to look at it. Because a lot of man don't watch man week in, week out, yeah, they actually underestimate their level. Like even when you saw, what's his name, that used to play for Stoke, Choupo-Moting. Everyone talks about Choupo-Moting, yeah, like he's shit because he played for Stoke. You don't play for PSG and Bayern Munich if you're shit.
That was a weird one, though. That was a weird one. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
But bro, he banged goals in the Champions League when you saw, man.
Nah, I agree. So did Divock Origi, though. It's one of them things, like them type of strikers, yeah. I don't know, like, let's not go too much into that.
Nah, but Choupo-Moting's not shit, bro.
But Shaqiri played for Bayern Munich and that as well.
Shaqiri's a quality footballer, bro. You just got him on the wrong side.
He just doesn't ever fucking play, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's because your manager don't like him. I don't know why he didn't buy him, bruv. You see, Jordan Shaqiri, yeah? When he was in the under-21s, I swear on God, these man thought he was going to be fucking Lionel Messi,
made up when we signed him. I was like, that's the squad depth that we need. But like,
he was a baller.
Listen, lad.
And he's still a baller, bro. Even your players said he's got the best left foot at the club.
Who said that?
Fucking... Which players was it? They were ripping Mo Salah, bruv. Who was it? I think it was Ox and Robbo were like best left foot at the club. They said Shaqiri straight.
Oh nah,
straight.
probably on technique. No, probably.
Yeah, that's what he said. They said on techers, bro. He said Shaqiri's
he's probably right. Nah, he's a baller.
Bro, he's a baller, bro.
It's all right being one of these hidden balls. If you don't play though, lad, like what with all due respect,
he's a baller, man. He's actually a baller.
He's also got oversized fucking trunks for legs, but yeah.
Honestly, yeah, a lot of footballers get that. It's the same with Nzonzi, blood. He won the World
Cup
after
with 20 minutes as well. By the way, Shaqiri gets goosed after 20 fucking minutes. Just to let you know.
Bro, you know what's mad, yeah? It's like, brother, Nzonzi won the World Cup with France. But when he was here, who was Steven Nzonzi at? I think he was he at Stoke as well or Sunderland? Stoke. And man, I'm going like he's not a baller. Man can play ball, but sometimes if you're a foreign player and you come over to England and you get put in a shit team, that don't mean you're shit.
Hey, with all due respect,
we've got a certain association with certain players. Oh yeah, he played for Stoke, so he's dead. But
I get it.
That's not how they're gonna look playing for other teams. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm on that, lad. Stoke have had some mad players over their time. I'm not gonna lie. Even Bojan, who you mentioned before. But with all due respect, though, Martial gets into the French squad.
Yeah, he does.
He ain't been great.
He hasn't. He hasn't been great.
There's examples for everything.
He hasn't been great, but he's a very good player. He just keeps getting injured. To be honest, this season hasn't been great for him, but the quality's there. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like when in a tournament,
I don't think you can quality's there.
In a tournament, I'm going with quality in a tournament because you see the thing with quality. I only need to see it momentarily, bro, in a tournament, you know. Even if I bring you on in 15 minutes.
Come every once in a while. It's about consistency and actually turning.
But consistent tournaments ain't about consistency, bro.
No,
they're not
it's
about that.
Reliability. No, but it is. It's about momentum going into a tournament and then about being reliable. So, for example, a Harry Kane,
but not always.
Get your goals.
But not always, because sometimes
it's momentary. You've just said
sometimes, bro.
Ability is momentary. If it's momentary, it's not guaranteed.
Bro, the best players for England the best players for England statistically, yeah, in tournaments are not the players that are doing well for their clubs. It's not the Wayne Rooney's.
Technique, though.
Of course.
That's a momentary thing. It's not something that always arrives.
Yeah,
it's not
I said ability. I said ability, innit?
But you also said people with like the best ability. So
I'm picking the best ability, yeah, in my squad because.
So you're choosing, like for example, would you choose Martial over Coleman?
No, they'll both go.
Okay, now, but they play like a similar side. So who would you choose if you only had the one?
Yeah, but Martial can play down the middle, innit? Kingsley Coleman's a wide player. My point is, class is permanent, innit? And the thing is, in a tournament, if I've got loads of players with quality, I only need a couple of them to do something. Because it's not in a tournament, it's not about how well you play, it's about getting a result. This isn't a league. In the league, you think about consistency, you think about who's going to give me a 7, 8 out of 10 and that. In tournaments, you don't pick teams like that. In tournaments, you pick your most talented players and hope that one of them fucking come up with something. Because you don't train every week together. You don't have loads of time together.
Most talented players and people in the
you have to.
James only looks for pace merchants and whatnot. No, I don't. I look for consistency. I look for people who turn up. I look for people who are going to be effective. I like effective footballers.
All right then, but if you're talking about guys that turn up,
95 pace and then you do fuck all, I don't want you to do fuck all. If you have a momentary, if you're a moment player, if you're a Bruno Fernandes, you even said it before, you wouldn't put him in the squad. He's got quality though. He's got the ability to be able to get a goal out.
No, I said he wouldn't be in my starting 11.
Yeah, starting 11
in the combined thing. But the fact is, he would be in the squad because he can score goals, innit? But the facts are, yeah, if you just picked England's past teams, yeah, on who turned up in tournaments, you wouldn't pick Wayne Rooney, bruv. Because Peter Crouch scores more goals in tournaments than Wayne Rooney. But that doesn't mean he's a better player than him.
If Shaqiri was English then, because I can't think of anyone like English to compare this comparison with, but if Shaqiri was English, would you start him above Sterling?
Would I start him?
Would you start him above Sterling?
I wouldn't start Shaqiri because he's not playing for his club.
But still, though, like Martial hasn't been playing well all season. So
no, Martial's been injured, bro. Like, yeah, and he hasn't been in squad.
Shaqiri hasn't been injured. He's been training all season.
Exactly, so and if he hasn't been, and if he's been fit and he hasn't been getting picked, then of course I'm not going to pick him for England because he's not getting picked for his team.
But it doesn't always matter though. You just said quality and the quality alone. Do you get what I'm saying? So if he's got quality and he's got more quality than Sterling.
Yeah, but you've also got to be playing games as well, James. Yeah, you've got to be playing games as well.
No, but Rants, I'm saying Martial hasn't been playing many games, and when he does, he hasn't played well.
When he's been fit, he's been playing, and Martial hasn't been playing badly. He just hasn't been scoring many goals.
No, but he hasn't been playing great either. I've watched Man United. I don't think he's been playing good for them,
bro.
Like overall, I don't think.
There's been games, yeah, where Martial.
There's been games where Shaqiri's played well for us
and not scored, bro.
There's been games where Shaqiri's.
There's been games, yeah. I think he might even have won the most penalties for us this season, bro. Like literally, the guy plays well and doesn't score, and because he doesn't score, all the stat people got their dicks out, bro. That's what it is. When I actually watch the games,
I'm not even a star. I'm just saying,
bro. You don't watch United for 90 minutes because you support Liverpool.
I watch United all the time. I watch United.
You don't watch United for 90 minutes every game.
But just to display my opinion on what I think of a player, I still watch them a lot. No, I do. You can't say what I do and don't do, bro. With all due respect, bro, I do.
So what? If United and Liverpool are playing at the same time, you're watching United, yeah?
I'm not saying that I watch every single game week.
Well, I'm saying that I do, innit? Well, I'm saying I do, so I'm saying I'm better qualified.
So when you talk shit on Mo Salah, I can't say to you, you know nothing about Mo Salah because you don't watch him as much as I do. That's a very poor argument to be fair.
No, you can say that. You can say that.
Still often enough to form my own opinion.
No, when I'm saying about the level of someone's performance over a 90-minute game, yeah, that's a completely different argument to me saying that Mo Salah misses sitters. You don't need to watch 90 minutes to know that he misses fucking sitters.
You mentioned ability, though, my mate. You mentioned Shaqiri, who we've already mentioned.
Bro, Martial's ability is not questionable, bro. It's not questionable. Yeah, his consistency can be questioned. His ability cannot be questioned if you have two eyes that work.
And I've never said that his ability's off, and that's why I mentioned Shaqiri, because you are someone who have quoted saying that he's got good ability, yet you wouldn't start him above Sterling, who you have mentioned already isn't the greatest option for us.
Because he hasn't been playing. That's what I said, bro. You're only listening to half the fucking
well. No, I'm not. Because I'm
no, I said he hasn't been playing.
Martial
period.
He's had injuries though, Martial, so he hasn't been playing overall. When
He's
Shaqiri
played
comes
more
on,
games
playing
than he's
all right.
missed. Shaqiri's been fit and hasn't been selected. It's a different
I'm
argument.
just saying, bro, there's just inconsistencies within the argument, is what I'm
There's
saying.
no inconsistency. How can you pick a player, that's been fit all season and doesn't get picked?
Even the way you called me out on saying I can't, like, never said can't form an opinion on Martial, but I don't have more of an opinion than you do because you watch him more. Well, what about Mo Salah then? You don't watch him as
what
much
about
as I
him?
do, so what, you can't form an opinion?
What about
just
him?
the things
Bro.
that you say about him, the slander that
Bro,
you give him,
what? That he misses chances and then there's numbers to back that,
You can
bro.
name the negative things about all players. Martial doesn't
There's
score
numbers
goals,
to
Mo
back.
Salah does.
There's numbers, bruv. You can't judge whether a player's had a good game or not purely based on the stats that they show you,
Rants,
goals and
do you know
assists.
what it is? Nah. Do you know what it is though, Rants? You're talking about things like this. So Martial, he's doing well in this area, but he's not doing the main thing a striker is supposed to do, which is score goals. Mo Salah, yes, he doesn't. He
So hold on. But
he also has scored 22 goals in a season.
So when Firmino was your best player, and he wasn't scoring goals, he wasn't doing what a striker's meant to do. Is that what you're saying?
I've said Firmino's been poor for 2 years, so using that argument with me won't work. So
but he hasn't been poor for 2 years.
I think he's been poor this season and last season.
Yeah,
that's 2
this
years,
season.
my friend.
Last season,
that's 2 years.
Last season he wasn't poor.
I think
he wasn't as good as he was the season before, but he wasn't poor because that guy facilitates your attack.
I never said he was completely. I thought he was poor compared to what I know he can do. That was my opinion on Firmino. I didn't say he was complete, but he was below standard. If you perform to a very good level the season before and then you drop a level, you've gone worse. He's done it again this season, so that's 2 bad seasons.
If you say so, bro. This is the point. Martial, when fit, starts for Manchester United. Shaqiri, when fit, doesn't start for Liverpool. I can't select a player to play for me that doesn't get picked for his team when fit. I don't know what part of that you can't understand.
No, I do understand it, but I'm just saying there's inconsistencies within the argument of what you're saying. You started talking about Dembele and whatnot. He's injured all the fucking time. Injured all the time, and actually doesn't always get picked to start for Barcelona. Yet he guarantees.
Yeah, but again, that wasn't the argument. The argument was, if Dembele was English,
things that you're saying.
No, the argument was if Dembele was English, because of his level, he would make the England squad. That is the argument.
Cool, man.
That's the argument, bro. Now you're trying to make it about something else, bro. I think you've lost your head here, mate.
I think you've lost my point, but not fair. You know what I mean?
No, I think you picked up the wrong point and ran with it, mate.
Maybe, do you know what, lad? Maybe I have. I'm a dumb fuck. I always admit it, don't I, on these streams? I am a knobhead. So
but I'm just saying.
Genuinely, I might have made it. No, genuinely, I'm admitting I might have made a mistake. I actually might have, because I have probably missed a point there because my head scrambled. I can't link. Maybe your IQ's on another level, which it actually is. To be fair, we've established these from these streams. But like, lad, that's probably what it is. That's the issue here. Do you know what I mean? We will just agree to disagree, my friend.
Bro.
How many times have I said that in this stream,
Bro, listen. Like, at the end of the day, that's all I'm saying is Shaqiri's a good player, but he hasn't been playing for you guys. So because he hasn't been playing, you can't pick a player that don't even get picked for their club. That don't make sense.
He's right. Nah.
Do you know what I mean? If you're on the bench for your club.
So Dembele would get into the England team over certain players, even though he doesn't.
I said he would get in. I said he would get in the squad, ability wise. My argument was the level of ability in France is so high.
And I've not disagreed with that once.
That there's men in the England squad that are going to be on that plane that wouldn't be on the plane if they were French. That's all I said.
With that, though. So why are we arguing? Why did this?
I don't know, but you started the argument, bro. So
no, I was questioning you.
You started the argument.
You started the. You always start these arguments. You're Mr. Stay at the pot. That's what your job is,
bro. Bro, like literally. I literally just said, and I used Dembele as an example, but my argument was there are Englishmen going to this tournament that wouldn't go if they were French. That's all it was. And then you started talking about fucking Mo Salah in there. Like, I don't know how we got to Mo Salah.
You said Shaqiri over. Who did you say? Oh, lad, listen, lads, we'll leave it there. I didn't even. No, I'm lost now.
No, you know what's funny, James? Yeah, when you watch this back, you said, "Would you take Shaqiri, bro?" You brought up Shaqiri. I didn't bring him up. He plays for your team. I don't give a shit about Shaqiri. No, that was an example
because you were talking about ability. This is where you're missing.
But Shaqiri's not French.
About ability. I said Shaqiri because I couldn't think of a comparison. So I said if Shaqiri was English. Does he definitely go to the squad because he's got ability? No. And then you brought up about the fact he doesn't play.
And I said no because he doesn't play.
And then that's when I brought up, well, Martial hasn't been playing well all season. So even though he might play, that's where we're disagreeing. You know what I mean, lad? Because I don't really look into that much as what you do,
I don't know,
lad.
James. Blood,
I'm trying to make peace of this argument, lad, because I'm obviously getting nowhere. Again, I'm stupid, people. Forgive my stupidness.
Now you've killed me there, James. I can't lie. Now you're showing you're working out with the maths. Yeah, the maths is a bit mad still, but I hear you.
Listen, your match was mad before, but I'm not good at maths. I failed maths, so who am I to judge? I failed it miserably, so it was one of them, my G. Know what I mean?
I hear that. But Laporte has gone to play for Spain because he couldn't get into the French squad.
Yeah, he needed to fuck off, mate.
But there you go, and Dyer's going, bro. Dyer will go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of that's the argument.
Management. That's poor management. Dyer going.
Do you know what I mean? But he'll go because the level of quality of the squad isn't as high. That was the all around argument.
I agree. Okay, sweet. I sweet. Okay, sweet.
But nah, fuck it. Hey, guys, that was fucking funny, man.
Nah, it's like that. Always about the show, though, innit?
Yeah.
Always.
And of course, bro. Like, this is what it is at the end of the day, bro. It's fucking banter. Do you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, guys. Hey, big up everyone here. I'm definitely doing a watch along for the Leicester Chelsea game. To be honest, I think the United game is going to be shit, yeah, but I'll probably do a watch along for that anyway. So it's two watch alongs back to back, but I'm more interested in the Leicester Chelsea game because it's a fucking cup final again, mate. You know what I mean?
Big game
it's
for
another
me as
cup
well,
final.
Wait, is that today?
Yes, today, bro. And
What time?
literally, yeah, like fucking, it's at 8:15 straight after the United game. So
do a watch along to that, to be honest.
Bruv, listen, yeah. Chelsea have to win. Chelsea have to win, bruv. So it's massive.
That's a huge game, innit?
Bruv, it's massive, bro. It's the biggest game today, bro. Like, honestly, the United game, bruv, Fulham are relegated. United don't play for anything, bro. Like, literally.
Yeah, nah, mate. That'll be a fucking interesting game for sure. Who do I want to win there, though? Do I want anyone to win? Or is it draw best for me? I'm trying to think.
You want Leicester to win, bro.
Do I want Leicester to win?
You definitely want Leicester to win, bro. Because if Leicester win and you win your next game, you leapfrog Chelsea.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So, yeah, you want Leicester to win, bro.
And we've got a game in hand over both of them, if I'm right. Or
yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's right.
Nah. There'll be a game ahead of you, bruv. If you win your game in hand, you jump over Chelsea. So you want either a Leicester win or a draw, innit? But
a draw is ideal, yeah.
You don't want a Chelsea win. Not at all. Someone said a Chelsea win. If Chelsea win, then bruv, nah, they don't want a Chelsea win at all. Let me get the table up. Look, Chelsea are on 64, 1 point above Liverpool. Leicester are on 66, bro. So it's one of them ones, yeah, where Liverpool really, they either want to draw or they want a Chelsea loss. Because if they Chelsea lose, Liverpool win the next game, yeah, then Liverpool go to 66, yeah, which will be 2 points clear of Chelsea.
Yeah.
Which is what you want. You don't want Chelsea, so literally that's what you want, bro. You either want a draw or a Chelsea loss. Or a Chelsea loss. You don't want a Chelsea win. If Chelsea win, Chelsea go to 67, Leicester on 66, yeah, which is still 3 points clear of you. So
wait, what about goal difference then? What would goal difference say? Because I think if we win our final two games,
goal difference is 22 for Chelsea, 21 for Leicester, 21 for Liverpool. It's fucking close.
Ooh, fucking hell, mate. Yeah, Leicester just need to sort us out with a result today, man. Like a draw would be perfect. And then if we win our final two games, and we need to win them about 4-0 just to make the goal difference look better. Oh, lad, this is a nerve-wracking game.
See what I'm saying, bro? The goal difference is pretty much the same, innit?
I'm going to have to watch that, man.
So, yeah, you don't want a fucking Chelsea winner, really. Do you know what I mean? A draw.
I never want
a draw
Chelsea
would be
to
the most
anyway.
ideal thing for you. A draw.
Yeah, I never want Chelsea to win anyway. I fucking hate Chelsea, so I'm all right with them losing, to be honest with you, lads. Come on, you Leicester. Come on, man.
I hear that. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up. Yo, everyone inside, brother. Another classic, bro. You know the ones there, bro. This show's fucking hilarious every time, bro.
Lad, I always look forward to the show. I said to you last week, this is my favourite show during the week. The chat make it lively as well. The chat are back.
Alright, the chat are nuts. Make sure you follow James's channel, bruv. The hyperlink's always in the title, people. Make sure you click that. Do you know what I mean? You already know what it is. And then, yeah, tonight is going to be a good night of football, bruv. To be honest, like, you got your United game and then you got the Chelsea-Leicester game. United Fulham is just going to be going through the fucking motions, I assume. Do you know what I mean? And then, yeah, the real game starts at 8:15, people. So, big up, everyone. Make sure you follow James Redmond TV. The link is in the title, people. And I'll see you, man, back here at 5:30.